Good morning, students. Welcome to the next lecture of electronic measurements and instrumentation. Today we will see the concept of attenuators. Right. So coming to the introduction of attenuators, we know the attenuator meaning. So attenuator is attenuating the input signal. That is, it is reducing the signal energy levels to down. Right. So attenuators are designed to change the magnitude of the input signal seen at any input stage while presenting a constant impedance on all ranges at the attenuator input. So the attenuator should provide the attenuation, otherwise the changes in the amplitude or magnitude of the signals for all the frequencies, for all the frequency ranges. A compensated RC attenuator is required to attenuate all frequency signals. Generally, for attenuating the all signal frequencies, we need generally a compensated RC attenuator circuit. Without this compensation, high frequency signal measurements would always have to take the input circuit RC time constant into account. So, without this circuit for the high frequency signals, here it is saying that we cannot take a good stability in that particular signal. So for that reason, we are making the RC time is constant into that particular account. Then we are compensating this circuit. Okay, this compensator RC circuit is utilizing for maintaining good attenuation level for all signal frequency ranges. The input attenuator must provide the correct 1 to 5 sequence while maintaining a constant input impedance, as well as maintain both the input impedance and attenuation over the frequency range for which the oscilloscope is designed. When you are going to design an oscilloscope, you have to check the input attenuation levels and high input impedance parameters. These two parameters you have to monitor for all frequency ranges of the signals. That is the major important parameters, and we have to provide a constant input impedance for the input attenuator circuits. For the whatever the observation points we are taking, from that observation points you have to provide a good best attenuation circuit at the input of the CRO. So coming to here, this is the uncompensated attenuator. In this uncompensated attenuator circuit, see here, we are giving an input signal here with 1 mega ohms impedance, and here we have a voltage divider network with 900 kilo ohms resistance, 90 kilo ohm resistance, and 10 kilo ohms resistance. So here we have the maximum signal output. Here it is 1 volt through the 900 kilo ohms resistance, that is 10 volts, and at the last stage we have 100 volts. So these are the three input signals attenuation levels you can see here with a capacitance, where equivalent input capacitance we have placed with a 10 picofarads, and it is we are connecting to the final vertical amplifier. So this is an example of uncompensated attenuator. Let us see the discussion of this one. So a resistor divider network or a resistor divider attenuator connected to an amplifier with a 10 picofarad input capacitance. Just now we have seen in the block diagram this circuit. If the input impedance of the amplifier is high, the input impedance of the attenuator here, if the input impedance of the amplifier is high, the input impedance of the attenuator is relatively constant. Here we are keeping the input impedance of the attenuator is relatively constant, immaterial of the switch setting of the attenuator. So there is the switches positions, it will give the constant output voltages of 1 volts, 10 volts, 100 volts, like that, if you are keeping the input impedance is constant. The input impedance as seen by the amplifier changes greatly depending on the setting of the attenuator. So the input impedance from the amplifier you can see constant by designing the perfect designing of the attenuator circuit. Because of this, the RC time constant and frequency response of the amplifier are dependent on the setting on the attenuator, which is undesirable feature. So generally the RC time constant and the frequency response of the amplifier are dependent on setting the attenuator, but it is not desirable in the real time. It is not desirable, but we are making the frequency and RC time constant must be constant, but it is not desirable in the real time. Next, so the second category of the attenuators, that is simple compensated attenuator. In the previous discussion we have seen uncompensated attenuator. Here we are seeing the compensated attenuator. For this compensated attenuator circuit, for this voltage, for each stages of this voltage divider network, we are parallelly providing a capacitor. For 900 kilo ohms resistor, we have provided a 15 picofarads capacitance. A 15 picofarad capacitance. For 90 kilo ohms of resistance, we have parallelly provided 150 picofarads of capacitance. For 10 kilo ohms of this resistance, we have parallelly provided 1350 picofarads capacitance. And the remaining three stages are common. Finally, we have 10 picofarad capacitance. We have 18 picofarad capacitors, and it is next connected to that vertical amplifier. It is connected to the vertical amplifier. The same circuitry I have taken, that uncompensated circuitry I have taken, and with this capacitance I have provided the simple compensation for this attenuator circuit. So these are the modifications, updations of this compensated attenuator. These are the simple compensated attenuator. So for the simple compensated attenuator with both resistance and capacitive voltage dividers, here we have the divider network, voltage divider network with resistances and capacitances. The capacitive voltage divides to improve high frequency response of the attenuator. The high frequency response of the attenuator we are providing with this capacitive type voltage divider networks. This combination of capacitive and resistive voltage divider is known as compensated attenuator, that we have seen the definition. For oscilloscopes where the frequency range extended to 100 MHz and beyond, more complex dividers are used. So this is a simple compensator, but if you are taking very high frequency ranges, then we are using very complex divider, voltage divider networks. And the last attenuator, switchable input attenuator. That means we have a switchable operations at the input attenuator. So see here we have input signal 900 kilo ohm resistor with a capacitor, 90 kilo ohms resistor with a capacitor, 10 kilo ohms with a capacitor. Here in the first stage we have 10 volts, 20 volts, 50 volts stage. Previously we have only 10 volts, only one stage is available. Now 10 volts, 20 volts, 50 volts stage available. In the second resistor and capacitor network, we have 100 volts, 200 volts, 500 volts capacitors. In the last stage, we have 1 volt, 2 volt, 5 volt. Different variations of the voltages, attenuations you can see here. So this is we are connecting to the vertical amplifier. And if any attenuation is not done here, the attenuation is switching from here to here. So see here, so the alternate circuit here, see here, the attenuation at the vertical amplifier. This is one stage of attenuation. This is the second stage of attenuation. See here, from here the output of this attenuation stage is directly switching to the vertical amplifier without connecting another stage. So this is one stage, this is another stage. Two stages are available. So the attenuation may be done at the two stages also. But if you want, you can switch this attenuation by using this bypass line to this vertical amplifier. This is a switchable input attenuator circuit. So here a switchable input attenuator divider between the input and output of the vertical deflection preamplifiers. So see here, the switchable input attenuator divider between the input and output of the vertical deflection plates. So input and output of the vertical deflection plates we have connected these amplifiers. We can directly give the attenuator circuit output to the vertical deflection plates. Otherwise, we can give the vertical amplifier output to to the deflection plates. In between this, we have this switchable input attenuator. The input attenuator provides switching powers of 10, while attenuators at the output of the vertical preamplifier provides 1 to 5 attenuation. So these are the different types of attenuation levels we are providing in the switchable attenuators. Okay, so these are the 3 topics we have seen. So see here once again, we have totally 3 types of attenuators. Uncompensated attenuator. So in this uncompensated attenuator, we have some problems. We are not compensating the signal's behavior with using this resistor divider network. So for that reason, in the compensation circuits, attenuators, we have provided a resistor with capacitive networks and a switchable capacitor attenuator circuit. Before the vertical amplifier, after the vertical amplifier, we are switching these attenuation levels to the vertical deflection plate system. Okay, so this is about attenuators of the CR. Right? Thank you.